The British car maker Jaguar Land Rover has confirmed it will extend its shutdown until the 1st of October following a cyber attack at the end of August. The UK Business Secretary Peter Kyle is due to visit the embattled car maker today to discuss getting production back online and the impact on its supply chain. The stoppage is thought to be costing JLR at least £50 million a week. And explaining the impact of this attack is David Bailey, Professor of Business Economics at the University of Birmingham Business School, who joined us a short time ago.
It's clearly a very, very serious breach of their cybersecurity, which is taking a lot of time to unpack and get to grips with. And remember as well, car companies are much more complicated than, say, a supermarket. We saw M&S and Co-op attack recently. So getting this fixed and getting things started again is taking a long time.
So how much of a strain is this putting on those in the supply chain?
It's huge. I mean, JLR itself, by the time, it says it may restart on the 1st of October. It may not do. By then, the hit to its revenue will be about 2.2 billion and a possible hit to its profits of over 150 million. Now, that has kind of cascaded down the supply chain. Orders have been cancelled. The further down the supply chain you go, we're seeing workers being laid off or sent home on part pay, companies applying for bank loans and literally running out of money. So I think we're at a kind of critical tipping point. The minister is in Birmingham today, and what I'd like to hear from him is kind of some concrete measures that he'll put in place to support the supply chain if this carries on for much longer.
Like what?
Well, for example, some kind of furlough type scheme to enable workers to stay on the books so that they can be kept on, and then also some sort of loan guarantee sort of support to enable firms to borrow money from banks. That's critical, because if that doesn't happen and firms go under, then when JLR eventually do come to restart, they may find they can't get the components.
But British governments are usually fairly hands-off with this sort of thing, aren't they?
Yes, they are incredibly hands-off quite usually. I think there's a kind of issue here, though, that one way or another the government is going to face a hit, because either they put support in to keep the supply chain there, which means it's going to be then in a productive place when JLR restarts, or workers get laid off and it's going to pick up unemployment benefit bill. So either way, I think the government has got to think about what it's going to do. Remember as well that in other countries like Germany, this kind of part-time support for business is quite usual. And we need something like this, I think, to build business resilience in these cases.
Speaking of resilience, what about cyber resilience? What do you hope that other companies looking on and seeing what JLR are going through will be doing about their security?
Well, hopefully it'll be a wake-up call for business in general to do more about cybersecurity. I was listening to the BBC's kind of cybersecurity correspondent this morning talking about it being a group of teenagers somewhere in a bedroom, maybe in the UK or maybe in Russia, looking for a £10 million kind of ransom fee in Bitcoin. It's mind-boggling. It sounds like something out of a film, but sadly it's impacting on people's lives and their livelihoods. So taking cybersecurity more seriously, I think, is a key message from this.
Professor David Bailey from the University of Birmingham Business School.